Nikki, it's that time of year again. The spring budget is just around the corner. Do you have any ideas or anything that we can expect to see?
Okay, so there hasn't been a massive amount of speculation so far. This is Jeremy Hunt's first budget, so he'll obviously be wanting to make sure that it goes down well and make sure he can then have a second one. His November statement did go down fairly well. It was fairly well received. There's not masses of changes on the horizon. What I'm expecting is it will probably be quite a prudent budget, a prudent outtake. Any exciting tax cuts and things are more likely to be saved for next year, because that will essentially be the pre-election budget. So that one will be the one that people will want exciting things to happen to ensure that, well, to try and see that they can see if they can get another government or not. So the three areas I just wanted to particularly focus upon, Kirsty, which there's been various speculation are pensions, childcare and tax cuts. So if we take the pensions first, there's two different areas that is speculated that could be mentioned or there could be changes for. One is the pension lifetime allowance. So at the moment, the lifetime allowance is only slightly over £1 million, which people might think that's great, but as people's pension lifetime is now much longer, so if somebody may retire perhaps at 60, if they've got a private pension, might retire at 60, and that pension's potentially got to last them 40 years, and cover also for social care, etc. So that doesn't necessarily go that far. There's been lots of talk in the press as well, with particularly trying to get people back to work and not to take on extra. So in one particular example, it was doctors. A lot of doctors put off about doing extra, and they might retire or just refuse extra shifts, because that can hit into their extra, into their pension pots, and it can cause them extra tax charges. So a potential increase in that lifetime allowance could enable the over 50s workforce potentially more likely to perhaps keep on working for some. Obviously it's not going to help for necessarily the majority. So lifetime allowance is one. The other pension thing that could get changed is pension age. So there's been again lots of speculation about that, whether that is increased, whether he can put up with the backlash of if that happens or not, I don't know, but that is something, again, because I've said people are alive a lot longer generally now for pensions, whether that will get increased by the time we get around to retiring, who knows what the pension age may be. So the second area, and this is again about trying to get people back into the workforce or maintaining the workforce, is childcare. There's been a huge amount of issue with the cost of childcare, also the amount of childcare providers that have ceased trading. So there has to be some help to prevent any more stop providing services, and to ensure continuity, and also in fact even more places. So there is various speculation that he may do something regarding free childcare. Whether it's enough, will it be targeting the right place, who knows as yet, but that is something again about trying to help getting more people to work. That is a strong area. Finally, tax cuts. Now, I am not expecting any tax cuts. There has been speculation. I just don't see it personally. One area is the corporation tax charge. I suspect they will increase it. It will say being increased from the 1st of April to 25%, but I would not be surprised if that is just a one-year wonder, and then gets cut down again in the next budget. which would be slightly irritating for the software developers, and that they're having to change all their software just for 1 year, but that could potentially be it. There's also the higher rate, the 45% at 150, that's due to go down. That level is likely to go down. That's the level where you start hitting into the 45%, not the 45% charge itself. So I personally don't think there'll be, because of the cost of living crisis, fuel crisis, all the other different things going on at the moment, it would be very surprising to see any significant tax cuts at this moment. So we'll have to wait and see. It's March the 15th. I am going to be running my business board on the 17th of March, all on the reaction to the budget, to be able to talk about what has actually happened and how that's going to affect business owners, for them personally and for their business. So do join me on the 17th of March when we can go into the detail. By that point, we'll have read all the white papers, everything that comes out from the full budget, and we'll see how it is going to affect you. So join me 12:30 Friday, 17th of March on the business broadcast on LinkedIn Live or YouTube.